welcome to my channel, AllasYummyFood. Today I'm going to show you how to make chocolate meringue and waffle cake. It's absolutely delicious, really yummy, very amazing, looks fantastic, and it's just so yummy. I really hope you try this recipe. It does require a few cooking processes, but at the end it's totally worth it. It's best to eat this cake straight away as the meringue is not going to hold on with the cream. And it's so yum, guys. It's crunchy, it's soft and sweet and chocolatey. So if this is something for you, you should definitely try it. Now, let's get started. We're going to start with our hazelnuts, so place them into your blender and pulse it a few times until you get sort of fine crumbs but also large pieces. You don't want to make it into a powder, you still want to feel that crunch. And then we're going to add my hazelnuts into a frying pan. Make sure it's really nice and hot. Don't add any oil whatsoever. We just want to make sure they get a bit of that crispy feeling, a bit of that cooked feeling. And while that's cooking, we're going to make the meringue. So make sure your bowl is clean. Add your room temperature egg whites and whisk it on a slow speed to start with, and then on a faster speed. Once you've seen the meringue becomes nice and fluffy and yellow, we're going to slowly add the sugar and just keep whisking until it forms nice soft peaks. Then we're going to add some corn flour and then our cooked hazelnuts, just like that. Mix everything together. Make sure it's all incorporated and nice and done. It should look just like that. Next, I've prepared a baking tray with some parchment paper. I'm going to draw little rings. This is the size I want my cake to be. So you don't have to do this, but I do find that it's more accurate and looks neater. So just draw a little circle where you're going to add your meringue and just add a couple of dollops on each circle. I'm making 3 circles like that, so make sure you divide your mixture evenly. This way you will have the same layers of the same size. And then just spread it around, making sure it covers the whole ring, just like that. Place your meringue into preheated oven at 120 degrees Celsius or 250 Fahrenheit for about 1 hour. It's going to be nice and slow, and I had to cook this twice because I only fit in 2 of meringues in there. And girls and guys, you can find the full recipe on my website at AllasYummyFood.com. I've got tons and tons of recipes, latest and the oldest ones, and they're all translated into Russian and English languages with video instructions. Next, once the meringue is done, we're going to take it out and we're just going to leave it to cool down completely. In a pot, add your egg yolks together with sugar. And then mix everything together with your whisk until the mixture starts to come together. It's going to be quite dry. Add your plain flour and then cocoa powder and mix everything one more time. You do want to mix everything together at first so there are no lumps, and then you want to add half of your sour cream, mix everything again until the mixture becomes quite smooth and lovely. So once your mixture is mixed through, at this stage you want to add the second half of your sour cream and mix everything one more time until it becomes really nice and quite liquid. Just look at that chocolate. I really like this filling as it's really easy to make and it tastes delicious. You then want to place this onto your stove and cook this for about 5 to 10 minutes depending on the heat that you have, but I do suggest cooking it at a low to medium speed until your mixture thickens. You have to stay by the stove all the time and keep mixing, otherwise you're going to get a lot of lumps. But we're also going to sieve this mixture through to make sure there are no lumps at all. So I've placed sieve over a large bowl and I'm just using a spoon and making sure the mixture is nice and velvety. So once you're finished with that, you can see that the cream is nice and smooth. So now we're going to place a cling film on top of that and we're going to leave it to cool down for about 30 minutes up to an hour at a room temperature while we make our layers. I've got my waffles, I've got my cream, and I've also got my cooked meringues. So you can easily take them off the parchment paper, just gently go around with your spatula underneath, and they're done. Now it's time to layer our cake. So I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of my chocolate custard mixture and spreading it around everything. So you want to make sure the cream goes into every single little hole. Once you spread it out nice and evenly, we're going to then add our meringue layer. So because we have 4 layers of meringue and a bit more of waffles, you can have 2 layers of waffles and then 1 meringue. So just kind of do it how you feel and how it looks, and whatever you have by hand. Then add the same amount of cream onto your meringue, spread it around nice and even. And you want to kind of repeat the process with all the layers, with all the waffles and your meringue. I really love this combination of meringue and waffle because it's crunchy, it's soft, and it's very chocolatey. So if you're a fan of all of these things, you're going to love this cake. It was a little bit of an experiment to see how it's going to turn out, but I actually really loved it. Then we want to put our final layer as a meringue because I do think it's prettier and it's very nice to decorate. And then you want to add any decorations that you feel like. I'm adding some flowers made from cream and some chocolate decorations, and I'm also decorating this with fresh raspberries just to give it a bit more color. But like I said, feel free to use your imagination and do whatever you actually love. And then the cake goes into the fridge for a few hours, but make sure you eat it straight away as the meringue tends to sog and it's not going to be very nice and delicious. So yeah, well, like with any meringue cakes, you should consume it pretty quickly. But just look at this stunning cake. I absolutely love it. When we cut inside, it's very easy to cut. It breaks and the meringue is still crunchy. The layers have soaked through with the cream and it's absolutely delicious. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe and you make this cake. So if you do, let me know. Tag me on my social media at AllasYummyFood, and I will put a playlist of other videos you can check out at the end. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.